Okay, for dimensioning the tool holder, we do have this hole note for the drill hole to depth. Depth is actually given here, so we do need to do that. There is a symbol for depth. The depth symbol is a downward pointing angle, or downward pointing arrow, which we can find from our options to insert a symbol. We can add the text drill. Drill does mean diameter, so does ream, so does bore. Or we can put the diameter symbol. So you do have a couple options here on how you want to note this. We're going to try to use the symbols as much as possible. So let's start with that one first. The other dimensions actually go pretty easy in terms of dimensioning rules. Yes, we will have to use an object line as an extension line for the 0.54. But other than that, we have some angle and linear dimensions. Let's start off with the drilled hole to depth. We are measuring in terms of diameter, and we should get the diameter symbol along with this one. I have a dimensioning problem here. I only have 2 decimal places. I need 3. So let's adjust that right now. Reset my precision to 3 decimal places. So I have half of the information that I need. I am looking to add a depth, so I can start typing this in, 1.25, and we are looking to add a depth symbol. Depth is not in my drop-down menu. We have added other symbols before. We need to go to the GDT font style, and we've used counterbore, countersink, and we will find depth, this downward pointing angle. Select it, copy, and paste. If you are spending way too much time trying to get the symbol to appear, you could type the text deep. But everything else looks okay. Start with some linear dimensions, overall length, width, and height. Pretty easy ones to obtain here. And we'll hit the height. Maybe move this. Move it this way. That's better. Go back to our linear dimension tool. Things that we do know, 1/2 inch across the top. See if that fits in between the arrowheads. Not readily. So we'll leave it outside. Hole placement, vertical distance, which will fit, and we'll move them together. So as we move this 0.62 dimension in, we need to make an adjustment on the placement of that 2 inch. So that takes care of everything for the hole. Distance down, 0.74. Instead of making a long extension line to measure 0.74 here or here, we do have the right side view where we can make that 0.74 measurement pretty easily. Another option is to make it at the top, since this is a 45-degree angle. Length across the top. Distance for all these cutouts. 1/, 1.14, and 0.76 would be better here in the front view, so we don't make a long extension line. So that's also this 0.76, so we don't make long extension lines off of these two. And this is the dimension rule that we've broken, this 0.54 dimension. If we took this dimension here, it'd be to a hidden line. So that rule was going to be broken really no matter what. I should only have 2 angular dimensions left. in the shape that shows it the best, a 45 and a 30. We do not need to show this dimension of 0.74 due to the fact that we do not show a hidden line in the right side view. Object lines override hidden lines. That is taken care of having to dimension 0.74 off of this 30-degree angle. Uh-oh. That's a big problem for me. What angle is that? That's now a 30-degree angle. That's going to change the projection in the top view. Oh, there. That looks so much better. Sorry I made that mistake, but good thing you're watching this video, this two-part video. Alright. Everybody makes mistakes. Too bad I made it with another demonstration video. But the adjustment was pretty easy. Good thing I caught it. So there you have it. Creating a depth symbol for that drilled hole to depth. I have the drill point angle on. I made a mistake here with this 30-degree angle, but a pretty easy fix.